Hi everyone, it's Lillian here to hopping on to come and spend another Monday evening with you. And thank you for spending another Monday evening with me. I'm coming to you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, and I try my best to be here at 7 o'clock Mountain Time every Monday evening. So you just know that I am here, and I'm glad that you're following me. So last week I shared with you about the in colors in the new catalog, and then so last Monday night, and then I think it was about Thursday or so, I did a Facebook Live just doing a walk through the catalog, and I concentrated on the fine print, the things you might miss. So there was that, and now tonight I'm going to be concentrating on the gorgeous, gorgeous, amazing designer paper. So as I'm going down to my desk, I want you to leave a comment and tell me, why do you buy designer paper? I could make some guesses, but I want to hear what prompts you to buy designer paper. So let's just go down to my desk here. And how come I'm still looking at me? That was a close-up we didn't need. So leave me a comment as to why you buy designer paper, or if you do. If you don't buy designer paper, say why you don't buy designer paper. So either way, I would love to know what's happening with you and designer paper. So, oh, isn't that lovely? I'm not on the feed right now. So do you buy designer paper because it's just oh so pretty and you can't resist? Or do you buy designer paper because it's maybe shiny and sparkly? Or do you buy designer paper because of the colors? Or is it the patterns? Or you saw a great idea using the designer paper and so you decided that you wanted to give it a whirl? Why do you buy your designer paper? Roz, hi, so nice to have you here. And Karen, you buy it because it's gorgeous. I know. Stampin' Up makes the most gorgeous, and every time I think they can't beat it. They come out with some more gorgeous stuff. Roz, it makes you happy and stimulates your creativity. Ooh, I love that answer. I also love the colors they use. They put colors together that I would never think of putting together. So there's all kinds of reasons for buying designer paper. And if you have your catalogs handy, I just encourage you to go in your catalogs to page Whoops, not there yet. Page 130. And we're going to go look through this together. And I'll move the catalog and you won't have this glare in just a minute. But I just encourage you to have your catalog out because then you can see the colors that are coordinating. They're listed there, how many sheets are in a package or that kind of thing. So, I have a question for you now. Why don't you use your designer paper? Because often I hear from people, I have so much designer paper, I need to use it. What might be stopping you from using your designer paper? And as you're answering that, I'm going to bring my first grouping of designer paper up here. What happened is my designer paper has just arrived and I had to unwrap it for tonight. So we're kind of exploring it together. But this is the first designer paper there on page 130. It's called Beauty of the Earth. And this is very, I guess you would call earthy paper. It's got the trees and that kind of thing on it, but then it has wood and more generic on this side. This side here, I showed you a card in the catalog walkthrough using that paper there where I cut it in half and just cut this and used sort of a piece for the front and just used it like that. I was really happy with that. And so on the back of that, then you have more trees. You've got your greens. This could be made into almost any kind of a card. And then you've got your blues. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then you've got blues and greens together in this paper. And then, ooh, that looks Christmassy and it's just gorgeous. We just finished an all-day workshop on Saturday with my friend Diana, and she designed this card here and used this paper. So there it goes. You don't use it because you have trouble cutting into it. I know. But if I make myself cut into it and use it, then I can buy more, right? So there's this paper here, and this. Some of you saw some of my posts earlier about that. There's this. This you can use as is, or even just cut out sections, and you've got almost an instant card. And then there's this. So that's the beauty of the earth paper. Now, I used to be like you, Karen, and not cut into it. And then a few years ago, I made a conscious effort to start to use my paper. And I'm so glad, and I have so much fun. And now I can hardly create a card without using it. Roz, you try to use it? Yes, then that's good. And hopefully soon you'll get time to play again. This paper here is the next in your catalog, and it is called Bloom Where You're Planted. So this actually coordinates with the stamp set and die, but it's just really nice, this kind of thing. Now, I can't keep plants alive, but I do have a husband who loves to garden. So this would work for him. And then again, there's this nice neutral color on the back. So here are the pots. And then just like that. So I love how Stamping Up does this. They put maybe a larger pattern on one side and a more subtle on the other. And Catherine, you said you buy it with so many ideas and then can't cut into it. That's the big thing. Once you cut into it, then you're sailing. So you just kind of have to make yourself take that first cut. And so here is some more. Only 3 more weeks of watching your grandkids full time. Oh, Roz, good for you. You in the States are so far ahead of us here. We've just now, the schools have just closed for 2 weeks. So we're back on homeschooling with the grandchildren right now. So we're trading spots a little bit. And here's some more of that paper that you could cut in half here and then just do card fronts even with that. There's so much you can do with that. And if you stay tuned tonight, I am going to make a card at the end using designer paper. And I'm bringing in this designer paper here right now. And I think, well, as I took it out of the plastic, it took my breath away. I think this is maybe the most stunning designer paper I have seen. It's called Expressions in Ink. It's a specialty. So you can see there's that gold in there. And look at the other side. Look at that. Isn't that neat? And then look at this. Just so stunning. And then this. And that, oh, look at that. Can you imagine a bridal shower card or a bride card made with that? Oh, this incorporates that technique that's been so common lately. And Karen, you were teaching me how to do it, that alcohol and alcohol ink, so like our blends, and then putting alcohol on it. And I have to try it yet. I just haven't had time. But look at this gorgeous paper. Isn't it amazing? Oh, I did a lot of oohing and awing when I took this out of the package. I can tell you that. So that is that paper there. So let's move on to the next. I am going to be in designer paper heaven here. You ordered 2 packs because it would be gorgeous. Oh, yes. This back here. Wall art. Yes. Can you imagine some of this on wall art or scrapbooking or, oh, yeah. You can just go on and on and on and on. I think I'm going to have a class just with that paper. Then this is a package of paper. I've actually gone through one whole package already. We, as demonstrators, this is one of the few that we could order ahead of time. And like I said, I just did a workshop, an all-day one on Saturday, and everybody actually used basically half a piece of this paper. I'll show you the card at the end. All right, so then this is called hand penned. So it's floral on one side and striped this way. Oh, Karen, we do need to get together. Hey, we should Zoom and do it together, or FaceTime. And look at all the peaches and the variegated. It looks like the sweatshirts and T-shirts. They're either tie-dyed or have all of this light and dark kind of look. And look at this. Ooh, gorgeous. And then this, oh, I've got one with that too. Well, I'm not going to show you every sample I've made, but I'll show you a few, and then I'll show more of, and you've gone through almost a whole pack too. Yes, Roz, I can believe that. So we took this in the workshop I just did, and each person made a card using this design. So the whole card is the designer paper, and then you can still see the other side here. So let me just hold it up. It says like a Z fold, but it doesn't come all the way here. So it's 5.5 this way, and I think it's 12 that way. I can't remember. And so that is it, and it stands up beautifully. So that's one way to use your designer paper, folks. And I was going to show you something else. Oh, another card I made from that paper is this one here. So this is the front and this is the back of the paper, and this is that new die. I cased this from somebody, I think of Lori Pinto, I think. So I just copied it. I didn't design it myself, but I really love how that turned out. So let's move right along because there's so much gorgeous paper. We don't want to get bogged down. Now, I have to admit, this paper was likely my least favorite. And I thought, well, they say it's on trend, and maybe I need a while. I often do need a while to get back on trend. By the time I get on trend, there's a new trend. But then when I took it out of the package, I kind of fell in love with it. So there's this on this side, but then look at this side too. Ooh. And then kind of look, if you put them together, how they pop. Oh, yes. And then there's these, and the dies cut out some of these. And then there's this on the back. So I love how we've got two sides of the designer paper, and it if you don't like one side, go to the next. And my grandchildren love this. So there you go. And like that. And look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. And this one here, I wonder if you did. Ooh, wouldn't that look pretty on that card? Yeah, I'm like you, Roz. I haven't got the stamp set yet, but the paper is definitely winning me over. So who knows what I might do. And then some more like that. So another amazing set of papers. Now here's a set that, again, you could pre-order, and you've likely seen lots using this set of paper. It's called the Pansy. Oh, I got to turn the page. I should know these things, but I don't yet. The Pansy Petals. And I'm going to use some of this tonight. Now, if you remember from the in colors, you see a lot of the in colors in here. You see the polished pink, the evening evergreen, the soft succulent, the fresh freesia, the pale papaya. So all those colors get in there. And look on the back of this. It's, again, a little more generic. And then there's this one. And then this gorgeous gingham. Woohoo! Then these gorgeous poppies. We were in the greenhouse. Visited a greenhouse yesterday, and the poppies were out. And oh, I had to take some pictures even. Now, here's something to remember. The dies cut out these poppies. So even if you don't have the stamp set, if you have the dies, you can cut these out, and you've got these gorgeous poppies to go. Mind you, with the dies, you can make gorgeous poppies as well. You can also cut out these leaves with the dies. So you can get lots of mileage out of them, and some more gorgeous gingham. This is beautiful too. And then there's this, and I've used some of these and showing these in other samples when I've been talking about other things, but I will show you a couple just in case you missed them. So this one is I think the front and back of this paper here, and I cut the ribbon apart and kind of frayed it. But, and so that one goes there. And then Diana made this one, and see how she cut these right out of the paper. Oops, helps if I have it right side up. And then it opens like that with the pale papaya. These in colors this time, the new ones, they go together so well. They just play nicely together is what I'm saying. They're gorgeous. Here is a paper that likely was one of the first to catch my eye, other than that one that I was oohing and awing about earlier. Yeah, they're pansies. Oh, did I say poppies? Oh my. Thank you, Lynn, for keeping me on track. I do ramble. This is such elegant paper. It's all golds and coppers and on that side, and then it's either gray and vanilla or black and white on this. Look at this. I know it's reflecting. I'm sorry, but let me see if there's silver and copper and gold, and it is just so pretty like that. And then here's some more. And then this, whoops. And then on the back of this one is the gray. So let me just show you. I cased a card from an Australian demonstrator. I made a couple of little changes, but I took this paper, so this side, and then just folded the gray down. So that's this part of the card. And then added some gold and some of this new gold cording and stuff, and made that a little card out of that. And look at this. Ooh, 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 ooh. So, oh, I love that too. I love both sides of all these papers. So that's going to be a hard decision to make. So this paper that I'm bringing in now to show you is called Sweet Symmetry. So if you like symmetrical things, this might be something. And also is the use of the colors. It's bright, it pops. I think it's something that young people really like too. It looks almost Scandinavian, some of it to me, some of the design. So there's this side, and then on this side it's a little more subdued. Let's see here. And like that. And like that. It's just the rich blue mixed in with everything else. There we go. You can see where they got the name. This, because it is a very symmetrical paper and it is so pretty. And I love the choice of colors in there. Then we have a Christmas paper, and there are 48 sheets in the package because it's 6 by 6. So I've only brought some here, but you will get 8 of each of the sheets. So this is called Tidings of Christmas, and I had to write on there because I knew I wouldn't remember because I just unpacked it like a little over half an hour ago. So there's this side here, and then that, and then this reminds me of that Christmas paper that came out with all the curvy stuff last year. And then this and this, I can see myself using this a lot. I really like the choices that are here. So that's the Christmas paper. And then I also fell in love with the peach, sweet peach, sweet or whatever it is. Maybe because it's peaches and I love to eat peaches. I love the smell of peaches, that kind of thing. And with colors in here and the way they did the shading, I just really liked it. So here is one side of the paper, and then on this side, look, isn't that fun paper? I can see some fun things done with that. And then they bring in the blue with the peaches. And there it is. This is balmy blue. Look at that. So they've kind of switched right over from the peach color to the blue and then back to this. And these lines aren't all straight and precise. They're just kind of soft and blendy. Now there's a word for you, blendy. Now the stamp set has both the flowers and the peaches in it. So this brings in both. And I forgot to check to see if the dies cut out any of these. Do any of you know if the dies cut some of these flowers and peaches out? I forgot to check. Like I said, I just opened the paper. So there we go with that. And then the other thing on page, I did miss showing you the In Good Taste designer paper because it's a returning. It's not a brand new one. So I thought you likely saw that. Never think to use peach and blue. I wouldn't either. When I looked at that paper, I went, oh, never thought of doing that. But I kind of like it. And then in each of our color families, we have 6x6 designer paper. I'm just going, so there's the front and back of one, and here's the front and back of another. And then you get all of that in all the different colors in that family. I'm even missing some of the red and some of the colors already, but these are the regals here. So you get just a nice smattering of designer paper that goes with whatever color family that you have. And then in your catalog, I want you to flip over to page 171. And Stamping Up has done something I don't remember them ever doing before. They might have, but I don't recall. They are offering designer paper at half price if you are a hostess. If you have a workshop, or you can be your own workshop, and if you're earn stamping rewards, so that's sales of $200 or more, you can, these things are here are at a reduced price, and you only hostesses are allowed to choose from here. Now, as a hostess, you can choose from anywhere else as well. But let me show you this, but read the fine print, 48 sheets. Usually we're getting 12 sheets in a package. This package has 48 sheets. Can you imagine how much paper that is? I haven't even got it out of that. Roz, you've got it and it's amazing. Yes, look, let me just see if I can do this and not hit the camera. Let me see here. This is what I did. So here I'm going to go. I'm going to just flip it. Take a look. Isn't it amazing? Now, are you noticing something? Bright colors on one side of the paper, black and white on the other. So you know how I love my blacks and whites, but I love my bright colors too. But black and white, you can change the colors up. Look at what all is in here. Isn't it amazing? So my goal is to use all this designer paper, and so I've got lots. So you're going to see lots of designer paper projects. So get that designer paper out and be ready to cut it. Now, just before we start our project, I just wanted to go over a few things. Some of you are wanting to buy some of this, and you can either contact me or go to my website. And if your order is under $200, I would love it if you would use the current hostess code. And then I keep track and I reward you down the way. So a couple of other things going on. Stamping Up has Join Plus. If you join before the end of the month, before the end of May, you get $206 worth of products for $135. Now remember, when you sign up for the demo kit, you do not pay shipping and handling or GST, so that's an added savings of that much. And you get to choose whatever you want. And you might say, well, what if I sign up and don't do anything? You're okay. Stamping Up's just fine with that. What if I sign up just to get the discount for myself? You're fine. Stamping Up is just fine with that. They are fine with all of that. So never feel like you're cheating them. They are quite okay with it. They have something else going on. I was talking about stamping rewards. If you have a party that reaches $300, you get an extra $30 of stamping rewards, an extra $30 of free stuff. So say you don't want to be a demonstrator or you don't want to sign up for the starter kit, you can certainly gather some friends together and get enough orders to reach $300, and then you would get 10% of whatever your merchandise from your party came to, and then another $30 on top. So that's an important thing to know. And then Laura, love the Hostess DSP. Yes, I'm in love with it too. Ta-da! This is something that's so exciting, and I know several of you are taking part in this. This is Stamping Staycation. It's happening May the 29th, but it's online, so you can take part any time you want. This is just the link if you want to find out more information. It's an online retreat. You will have 5+ hours of videos and tutorials, tips and tricks, and all different kinds of things. And once you're registered and paid, you can join the Facebook page right away. We give you the link, and there's already stuff going on there now. And you can even win prizes. So go check it out. And it doesn't matter if you live, like I said, down the street or the other side of the world. You can take part because you're going to use your own supplies. We are going to guide you in how to do that. So that's great. Laura, you're registered. You're so excited. Well, welcome back. We're so excited to have you. Now, enough of my rolling on here and chatting. Let's make a card. So this is a card that I made with my downline in our last meeting. Karen's excited too. Yes, yay! It's a great time. This card here, I initially saw demonstrated or shown. I don't know if I saw it demonstrated by another demonstrator named Jeannie Stark. So I want to give her credit for this design. And so here's using the pansy paper. So there's your designer paper. I often use my designer paper to choose my colors. So I chose the colors here for this. Now it has a belly band, and when I slide the belly band off and open it up, it's not only a card, it carries a packet of seeds. Now, ideally, this would have carried pansy seeds, but I couldn't find any at the time, so I just put a package of seeds in it. Tonight, we're going to make this. We're going to change a few things up just a smidge. So let's put that to the side here and bring in what we're going to use. It'll be largely the same, but a little bit different. We're going to use the soft succulent paper for the base instead of the fresh freesia, and it's 4 by 11. Now you might say, why not 4 1/4? You're welcome to make it 4 1/4. It just because it's a little bit shorter than 5 1/2. It seemed to be out of proportion a little bit to my eyes, so we just went with 4 by 11, but it would work. It works perfectly if you go 4 1/4. And then you're going to score it. And I'm going to bring in, which I've been using this as a tray. So I guess I'm going to have to move a few things here. Let's get this all off. There we go. There, this is my Simply Scored. Needs a little cleaning. And I like to use this when I'm doing especially multiple score lines, but you can use your regular paper trimmer as well. So we're going to score it at 4 3/4, 4 3/4. There, now I can bring that in so you can still see it. At 9 1/2. Now, on my first card, it was just 1/8 over, but I found it too tight it would likely work for pansy seeds, but it didn't work for any other seeds. So instead, we're going to do it at 9 1/2 and then at 9 3/4. That's one of the changes I made. So like that. Then we're going to put this away. And we're just going to fold on those score lines, make nice crisp folds. And like that. Gardening is such a big thing during this COVID season. And whether you're making this for a friend, your mother, whoever, or you could make it for your grandchildren, whatever, right? Now, when I made this with my downline, we used tear and tape here, and I found that mine kept popping open. So again, I've made another little change. I brought in my mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Now, if you don't have the minis, you can cut the regular ones in half. But the reason we want little ones is we want room to put the seed packets in. So we want to keep the dimensionals right along the edge, as close as you can get. And I do keep it right at the top, and I don't worry about getting close to the fold. Just 2 at the top here, and 2 at the top here. And then when I peel that off, it'll stick and it'll all be good to go. Well, I guess I could do that right now. Usually I don't do this kind of thing right now if I'm going to add pieces, but it's not going to be in the way. So just keep it nice and sort of square. Touch it down there and touch it down there. And now you've got a little more wiggle room. You could have punched a little thing out of there if you want, but a little divot, but you've got your basic card right like that. All right, so now we're going to build the things that go in the card. We're going to bring in the fresh freesia. So we're doing the opposite of this card here. This one, the fresh freesia was the base. The soft succulent is the base. I'm going to do fresh freesia for this layer. And so it is 3 1/4 by 4. And then the pansy paper is just 1/4 of an inch smaller. So it's 3 by 3 3/4. So let's glue that together with whatever glue you want to use. There we go. Got to pick it up. Looking through a phone to get things straight doesn't work very well. And then we're going to put it right down on the card. We're not going to use dimensionals on this because we're going to want a belly band and we want it to slide on and off easily. So let's just open this up and again, just center it. And look how quickly and easily this card is coming together. And the star is this here. Now we're going to set that to the side and we're going to bring in 3 3/4 by 1/4 piece of basic white, and it is going to be your liner for here. And then we're also going to bring in a circle, and I used my layering circles, and this is, I think, about 2 1/8, but you can use whatever shape you want. There are all wonderful shapes. Whatever fits your words. So whatever words you want, find something to hold it. So it doesn't have to be a circle. It can be whatever you want. So we're going to bring in the ink, and I think I'm going to bring in the fresh freesia. Let's get that out of the way. And I'm using the Dragonfly garden set because look at Make Good Things Grow All Year Long. That was just too perfect. So I am using that, and it's on a circle, so it doesn't matter if it's straight or not. I can play around with it. So we've got that stamping done. Now on here for the inside, what I did on the inside of this card is I just caught the edges of some of those. So I'm going to bring some scrap paper in and make sure there's nothing underneath. Nothing's worse than catching an edge of something underneath. And this time I'm going to go with the soft succulent ink so that it just kind of goes with the background. And then when I decide on a verse to put in it, I think that's when I will use the fresh freesia. So let's ink that up. Now I could stamp this off if I wanted it softer, but I'm just going to go for it. There we go. So we'll do that. And I could stop there, but you know, I get a little stamp happy sometimes. And I'll put a few dragonflies up there. There we go. And we'll close that ink up, and now we can fasten that to the inside of the card. See how quickly this comes together? There we go. Just like that. Get that out of the way. Now I'm going to steal this seed packet because we want a seed packet in there while we're doing the belly band. So that's going to be the inside of the card. It's all done. Now we could decorate this if we wanted, but it's going to look like that. This is the outside, and we're going to bring in a belly band. And my belly band is 1 1/4 by 9. And it's going to wrap around. So what I like to do with my belly bands is soften the fibers just a little bit. Just give it a bit of a curve. And then I'm going to bring in my tear and tape, or the Seal Plus would work beautifully here too. And so I'm going to put some tear and tape just on one end and peel that off. And then I'm going to share a little trick that was new to me. Maybe it's not new to you, but it's new to me. So when I wrap, you want your belly bands snug, but not so tight it's not going to slide, right? So put your bone folder in here as a spacer. Bring your belly band around. Whoops, keep your bone folder in there. Get your edges lined up. I'm doing the join here so that when I put this on, it's going to cover the join. Take this out, and I have basically the perfect tension for my belly band. So that is the little tip. If you didn't know that, that works really, really well. So now I'm just going to put this on here, and I know it's going to go right about there, but I don't want dimensionals in the wrong spot. So I'm going to put my dimensionals right on the belly band itself. So I'll just put like 3 where I know that it's going to go. And I'm just maybe got a little carried away there. No, that will work. Okay. And we'll put this on. For some reason, my phone is really in the way tonight. There we go. So we've got it like that. Now on this card here, where did it go? I used the little dragonfly, and I used the Fresh Freesia cardstock and then painted it with Wink of Stella and added one of the new in color jewels, which are so back ordered right now that you can't even order them. They've been so popular, but they're going to come back. So just hang tough. What I'm going to do tonight is I took this shimmer vellum, the in color shimmer vellum that I showed you last week, and I then took the Brilliant Wings dies and cut out some butterflies. So I have this one here, and I have this one here. So tell me, which color should I use? The soft succulent butterfly or the fresh freesia butterfly? Which one? I should have kept my words a little bit higher up, but we can make it work here. So which do you think? Fresh freesia or soft succulent? Like, let me know. Soft succulent, soft succulent. Okay, soft succulent it is. There we go. So what I'm going to do is take a glue dot, and Roz, I finally have some new ones. These glue dots now, instead of being on the roll down here, they're on the piece that you peel up. So it actually works quite well once you get used to it. I'm going to make a little roll of the glue dot, and I think I'm going to do one more and roll it so it's like a snake. So it just fits on the body, and I can very gently just play with the wings a little bit and go like that. And we have the butterfly on there. Now we have one more thing. So I have been rationing these, because these are the in color jewels, because we can't get them right now, but we can get these, the genial gems, and these would look really nice. Or we can use these. So let's play. This is the final touch to the card. Do we want something like that? Do we want something like that? Oh, I think I like that better. There we go. So it just ties it in with the butterfly. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it there. And there is our card. So easy to do. Now you could switch this up and make a masculine card with it and just change your paper and change what you put here. And you're ready to go. And maybe what else could you put inside of this? You can put a seed packet, a gift certificate always. Lotto tickets would fit in there. Almost anything. So there you go. There is your card for tonight. And it is fun. It is easy, and I think you would enjoy making it and enjoy giving it. So be brave with that designer paper. Start cutting into it. Start using it, and you will really, really enjoy it, I think. So I think that's it for tonight, and I'm so glad you joined me. So thank you, and bye-bye.